Hi, okay, I'm back with the violin. I just spent about an hour rosining this bow. Okay, I took it out, it popped a few horsehairs. On the bow, the balance is kind of funny to me. I mean, to tell you the truth, I was used to using one violin all the time. And it was a violin that was just a tad smaller than this violin. And the same bow. And this bow does not have like the little groove in the place where I wanted to put my thumb. Okay? I had like a nice little notch there or something where I felt like my bow was really balanced, and I'm not feeling that. I don't know if it's because this bow is, cheaper and not so balanced or whatever, but I also noticed while I was rosining it that the hair goes really quickly to the stick, so you can't really maybe press down that hard with this bow because you'll be right at the stick if you do that. But the main thing I'm really finding out is that I have lost much more than I had realized, because in my head I can still feel a violin thing going on, and I'm just going to go with this and describe it. I mean, I'm just going to accept the fact that it's going to sound crappy, and it's going to take me a while to get back to this because I didn't actually realize it was going to be this bad. But my sense of my vibrato now, it's like my muscles are all wrong, and there's kind of this nanny goat sound, and it's just awful, and I'm going to have to work on just single notes with very slow vibrato, trying to control my muscles, because my muscles are just jumping around. They don't, my fingers, they're not strong, they're not in the right place. It's just amazing. And another funny thing is the E on this is set way over. I don't know if you can see. Let me show this really close up. But see, the G. Look how far over that G is on the fingerboard. It's way over the one side. So I wonder if this actually got put on incorrectly, because I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. It almost looks like you could add another string after the E over here, because there's all that space. Okay, so. And let me just mention again, if you do get this violin, or probably any violin, take a pin, scratch your rosin tape, and then just rosin that bow up and down for an hour. Because if you don't have rosin on, you're really going to cheat yourself, because it's going to be sliding all over the place. So, okay, I'm still not comfortable with this. It does not feel like my old violin. But anyway. So I don't know if I'm in the right pitch. I'm in the ballpark. I don't know, but I'm just going to tune it like that, because that's kind of just what I'm going to be doing for now. So. Not bad. That stayed for once. As soon as I go to put the bow on the string, I get a little lurch, and it's a terrible feeling. It's like my hand, the muscles don't know quite how to balance things anymore, and so I put the bow down, and there's a little shiver that happens. And I hate that shiver, because to me that just reeks of beginner and terrible stuff. Okay, but I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to face that I have to deal with shiver. And then when I go to put my fingers down, they're shaking. I mean, I guess that's what you have to expect after leaving something like this for a number of years, that you're going to shake. But see, I go to vibrato, and I'm just it's oh no. I used to play this nice Haydn concerto, and I was thinking, that's going to be one of the first things I'm going to do, is a nice G major chord there, nice vibrato, nice sound, and I'm so I tried to do that, and a half step on here is not the same as a half step on my other violin, that's for sure. So I have, not a half step, but I have the feeling of a half step between the A and the E string when I put the first and second fingers down to do that G major chord. See, it's all tinny and terrible, and a lot of it's me Terrible. Okay. Ew. I'm just gonna I'm sorry about all of, ew, this is terrible, but it really is. It's kind of awful to try to refigure these things out. Like, wow, things that I did so naturally before. But anyway, mm. It's going to take a lot of work on each note trying to get control back, because I can feel that same old feeling that I used to really hate, which is when my vibrato would get tight and then my bow would do this little shiver right where I was getting to the point where I didn't control it that well. So I'm going to have to work on bow control and finger control. I wonder what, and this weird feeling of this G string being like way over. Let's see. Oh, painful. Well, no. Yeah, that's not my idea of a sound. But, I don't know. Maybe I'll get better eventually. Okay. I'll work on it. Let's see if it gets better. But, that's what it is. That's what it is.